Hello everyone and welcome to today's Enclave mission. My name's Simon Little, or Etchasketch on the server, and I'm very happy that you're joining me today. Joining us in this mission, I'll go round the screen as I see it. So starting with Rich, could you please tell us who you are and maybe a bit about the character you'll be playing today?
Certainly. My name is Richard DiTullio. I have been playing role-playing games since I was 10, and am now an attendant and part of the dev team here for Enclave. Today I will be playing Jasper, my lithomancer, who is becoming more and more hardened, I've noticed, as his journey has gone on. So we'll see what happens to him today.
Oh, thank you. And next on my screen is Guy.
Hello, Guy Arnold. Will be playing Tallulah, a free runner. Partly as the challenge to play upbeat and bubbly, so I hope I manage that once again.
Cool, thank you. And Tim.
Hello, everyone. I am Timothy Matthews. I am an attendant here, part of the mod team. Keep everything rolling and going smooth. And today I will be playing Lorraine Hawthorne. She is a shonen, and her big goal in life is to make sure she does Sensei proud.
Cool, thank you. And last but no means least, AfroWalrus.
Hello, I am AfroWalrus. I'm going to be playing Takemaru today, my own PCC class that I'm working on. He's a delinquent, and he's mostly just here to beat people up and protect other people.
Brilliant. Okay, so before I take you through exactly what the mission is going to involve, the focus words I've been given today are fuck it, we'll do it live, streets of rage, rainbow, and falling star. And hopefully you'll see how they're weaved into the story, but we will do a review at the end and see if you've picked it up. Okay, so in terms of the mission, the Enclave have been commissioned by someone called Riley Cloverfield, and he has won a national lottery, but the prize in this case is a mandatory appearance on a televised survival blood sport called The Hunt, where contestants die for ratings, and yeah, he's obviously not very happy about it. So he's asked the Enclave for protection, and in essence, your mission is to escort Riley into the district kill zone and keep him alive until the 24-hour timer expires. Any questions?
So really it's just keep him alive. Nothing else matters as long as he is alive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the three basic questions: tech level, magic level, and acceptable collateral damage.
Tech level high, magic level high, and any collateral damage acceptable. But obviously not in the case of putting Riley at danger.
Mm-hmm.
How many other people are condemned to be on this show?
So quite a number. There are a number of other teams. So you'll be joining Riley. And I mean, you could try and save other contestants, but they haven't commissioned you. So
Okay, fair. It's just like one big old battle royale.
pretty much, yeah.
Are the threats only other contestants, or is the TV show sending in things to make stuff interesting?
Depends on the ratings.
That's a yes.
So if we're entertaining enough, maybe they won't send in other stuff. We'll see. Or maybe that's why they'll send in other stuff, because we're hit. You know, it's okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
All good.
Okay. In that case, let's move to assembly. So you're each escorted through the sleek grey hallways of Enclave HQ, each following a silent attendant, passing a broad range of weird and wonderful characters, all of them equally following a similar faceless attendant, before you're brought to the assembly room for teleportation. And the first person to enter this room, which is a functional and well-appointed room dominated in the middle by 5 telepads, is Tallulah. So please introduce your character and tell us what they're doing on arrival.
Right. Tallulah is a petite Amerindian tribal woman, 5'2", who's very athletic and agile, the black ponytail of black hair, and wide, observant brown eyes over a pretty face. She's dressed in the uniform of the Timberwolves, who are a televised sports team from a tribal paramilitary police force of urban bounty hunters. I shall put a picture in a moment in the chat. I'll pull up the thing again and grab the picture. There we go. Whether that appears in the recording, I've no idea.
I might try and do like a funky cutout. So yeah, it will appear, hopefully. And what are you doing when you go into the room?
She's going to run in, grab up a bottle of water, falls across the table, land in the seat at the far end, and just sit there. She sat on the back of the seat, feet on the chair, having a drink, watching whoever comes in next. Hey!
Okay. And next to come into the room is Lorraine.
Yes, Lorraine is mid-20s, has greenish-brown hair, golden eyes, 5'8" at 140 pounds, slight muscle on her, wears a G that consists of a black 3/4 length shirt, black capris, and silver hand and foot wraps. On her back is a bow staff, which serves as the ancestral blade that can have an end removed to be more sharpened. On her hands and legs are her ancestral training weights, which just look like regular stone stuff. There's also a strawberry attached to her right side, which is her divine fruit. And as she walks in, she's just muttering, "Must do it for Sensei. Gotta do it for Sensei. Honor the Hawthorne family and Sensei." Grabs a bento box, starts chowing, looks up at Tallulah. "Greetings, I am Lorraine Hawthorne, a Bojetsu by trade." And just starts chowing down.
Good to meet you. I'm Tallulah Leaping Water. I'm a free-runner bounty hunter.
"Shonen," she remarks in between bites.
Okay. And as you're having this exchange, the next person to enter is Takemaru.
Okay. Takemaru will stroll on in, slicked back black hair, kind of puffy pants, black jacket, and strangely a really large bandage on his forehead. He's just gonna step in, look around, see the two, take a seat on the table, and grab some pizza. Give him like the 2-finger wave as his mouth is full of pizza. Oh, Takemaru. Good to meet you guys.
Welcome.
Lorraine Hawthorne, Bojutsu, and acrobat by trade. What is that you're stuffing in your face?
Pizza? Are you the second person who doesn't know what pizza is I've met today? I'll hand her a slice.
Perhaps.
Okay.
My job is to hit stuff and get hit. So
Small world. Same here.
Okay. And with the pizza exchange, the final person to enter the room is Jasper.
Okay. Jasper stands a little under 6 foot tall. He has black hair, mustache, short beard. He's dressed in clothing of red and brown, similar to the Red Rock Canyons in which he grew up and trained. If you've been in the Enclave for any length of time, he couldn't scream out that he's a lithomancer more than he already is. He's got the big stone gauntlets on, the gigantic hammer over one side, the safety goggles around his neck, the belt of circling stones ready to fly. The two things that don't fall into his normal kit is you can see a large, rolled up black backpack at one side where you can see the handle of a bunch of tools sticking out of it. And slung on the other hip, incongruously, a hand drum. And he comes in and looks at the trio before him. Evening all. Goes over to a table, grabs a thing of chicken wings. You see him reaching for a beer, and then he changes his mind and grabs a mug of black coffee instead. Brings it on over. Well, let's see, I've been reading up on you. Fast, lethal, damage sponge. Pointing at the free runner, shonen, and delinquent, respectively. And I guess that makes me the defensive line on this one.
I suppose so. Lorraine Hawthorne, Bojutsu and acrobat and shonen by trade. She says that she finishes up her bento box.
I'm Jasper. In a former life, I'm an architect. Don't get to practice that trade these days as much as I used to, but it still comes in handy.
Wonder if I've bounced off any of your buildings then.
Yeah, if I ever get back into building, I might be adding extra bits for people like you.
Thank you.
Okay.
You say you read up on us, but I'm Tallulah. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Pleasure.
Takemaru's still a mouthful of pizza. We'll just give her a wave. Give her a wave.
Yes, it is a him, and
Sorry.
Jasper waves a chicken wing back as he too goes into eating. So we need to keep him alive for a full 24 hours. You think we'll need to keep moving, or do you want to try and hunker down somewhere?
It does not matter to me which route we take. Hunkering down though would save our energy.
But as I can know from experience, moving is considered to be better TV.
Yeah, so it is a TV thing, right? And if they don't like what we're doing, they're just going to send a bunch of shit after us. Why am I going country? God damn it. Takemaru is not a country boy.
Clearly from rural Japan. Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay.
I suppose we shall stay mobile.
Mm.
Well,
So-
I tend to be up in the air. So who wants to take the other end of my earpiece?
The other end of what?
Earpiece.
Oh,
Right.
I'll take it.
Okay. I bounce over and hand it to you. Bounce back to my seat.
Slides it in. Test. Okay.
An attendant who's been at the back of the room waiting for Takemaru to finish his pizza steps forward and says, "Agents, when you're ready, please take your places atop the telepads." So, any kind of final interactions or actions in the room before teleportation?
I would say Lorraine probably gets herself a nice little drink to steady the nerves. Nothing too major, just like a light wine. And then steps on her telepad.
Takemaru's all set. He'll step on his pad.
Tallulah will wait till everyone else has started moving, then be there first.
Jasper does not appear to be in a hurry. He will just finish off the last chicken wing, drain the last of his coffee, and then take his place.
Cool. And as you all step on to your assigned telepad,
But this time, I want something different. I've been trying different things. She will do a handstand.
Okay.
See how
So as she
Oh no.
handstands onto her assigned telepad, a very strange sensation hits all of you. So for all bar Tallulah, you feel yourself slowly disappearing, tingling sensation going through your feet, moving up your body, twists in your stomach, and then bursting into fragmenting colours as it hits your eyes. For Tallulah, she feels the tingling sensation moving up her hands, her arms, and the kaleidoscope of colours actually happens before it hits your stomach, and you completely bypass that horrific sensation of feeling the majority of your body basically disassociate. So you might have hit on something. But for all of you, as your vision fractures, for a heartbeat, you feel yourselves not existing anywhere at all. And then just as suddenly, you feel yourself slamming back into reality, and you find yourselves within the bedroom of a ramshackle building. Inside a peeling, rain-soaked bedroom, there's a broken fan turning lazily overhead. Outside, you can hear city noises, televisions blaring, children shouting, dogs barking, and sirens wailing. And the whole district feels stacked too high, too loud, too desperate.
Tallulah will collapse into a ball and a fit of laughter.
All right. Did the teleporting upside down mess up your head?
No! I missed half the sensation. Way!
Shit. I'll have to try that next time. Okay, so are we already in this? Are the 24 hours already started, or are we just waiting for that still?
Hasn't started yet. No.
Shit. Okay. Takemaru's gonna look around for the guy they're supposed to be protecting. If he's here, if he's in the immediate room.
Yeah. Does anyone have high sensory or any sensory at all?
I have one.
You have 1 and 2. Okay, those of you with high sensory can actually hear a heavy heartbeat. Pum, 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 pum. And you can hear it kind of come from under the floorboards within the room.
Oh, well. Looks like we've got to excavate him first. I say. Expect you've got the tools for the job, though.
I'm just gonna. I know you said under the floorboards, or like, is he hiding under his bed? Like, I can't imagine he actually has a bolt hole, but.
So there
Oh,
is.
you don't suppose he's actually scared?
That's
So-
healthy.
When you move to the area where you can hear the heartbeat, you can actually find there's a carpet, like a rug.
Yeah.
And as you move it aside, you can see a
Mhm.
trap door. So he's actually in a bolt hole, as you say.
All right. That seems easily fixed. So reach down, assuming there's a pull ring or something, and lift the door open.
Yeah, so as you lift it up, you can see a pale figure sort of looking up at you, very scared, clutching a crumpled letter in his hands. And it's, are you from the Enclave?
Mm-hmm.
That's us.
You know it.
Yep,
didn't
here
win
to
it.
keep your ass alive.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear that. I didn't win any money. I want a death sentence. Please don't let me die. He holds this letter up, and it's basically the hunt. And if you read it, it basically says you've been picked as a contestant for this year's national hunt.
They don't even give prizes to the winner. Come on.
Your
I mean,
prize is living, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you make it to the end, apparently they let you live.
How magnanimous of them.
As you're talking to him, you hear a helicopter pop, 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 suddenly come in from outside, and a massive spotlight kind of hovers around and shines directly into the room. And you hear a speaker call in, "Follow the lights or we'll blow his head." And as they say that, you can see he's actually got like this collar around his neck, which you assume will basically blow it off if they detonate it.
You let them know we were coming, did you?
I didn't have a choice.
I'll eat the hat ground. Come on, lad. You got to get going. Don't want to make this a short season.
Big smiles. We're on TV. Come on.
So you can see some obvious arrow pointing into the kind of corridor outside this room.
Just keep
Feels like one of
prodding
those
him
games
along. Come on.
that prompts you to get moving if you're idling. One of those beat 'em ups, so you say. Lorraine just smirks.
and lift you out myself.
Nope.
Does it come out, or is he still cowering?
He's come out as soon as you opened it. He walked out, so he's in the room with you. I guess we should go.
Yes, we should.
So following
And-
these arrows, it takes you towards a service lift, but in front of it there's a table with a number of bags stacked upon it
Mhm.
and a number of wrist cuffs. So there's 4 of them, and it says, "Put on a cuff and pick a bag."
Huh. Yep.
Jasper picks up one of the wrist cuffs and just examines it to see if he can figure out what it does.
So it appears to be some kind of tracking device.
Mm. And how does it affix?
Just kind of clamps around your wrist.
Okay. Jasper just clamps one onto his left wrist and picks whatever bag is closest to him.
Yeah.
Yep, same deal with Lorraine when Jasper finishes. Being mindful though that where she places her wrist cuff doesn't affect her being able to remove her training weight on said wrist when the time comes.
Yeah. It seems to be able to expand so that you can put it higher or lower on your arm.
Yeah, it's going high.
Yeah.
Much easier that way.
Yep. Same for Takemaru. Just put it on like his upper arm area.
Okay. And as you put them round, it seems to bolt into place. Riley also picks up a bag, and as you all kind of have your cuffs and your backpacks, the lift opens.
There were 4 bags and 4 cuffs.
No, there's 5.
That's what I needed to check. It looked like this. So,
Yeah.
so get a boy without it for having waited to last? Seems unlikely. Okay. Yeah. Bangle on the left wrist then. Left forearm.
Yeah. Okay. Above the bags, it had survival starter pack written on the wall.
What's in it?
Yeah. Let's see what's
Well,
inside.
each of you has a different content in your bag. So who picked up first?
I did.
Okay. So in yours, it's got a mismatched collection of survival gear, clearly chosen by someone who's never survived anything. So you've got a half-charged glow stick, a foldable metal clip with property of District 13 stamped on the bottom, a packet of high-calorie ration bars, all banana flavored, a tiny hand crank fan, and a laminated card reading "Smile for the drones." Who was next?
I was.
Yeah, so yours rattles with cheap plastic and corporate desperation. So you've got a branded poncho covered in sponsor logos, a pocket-sized confetti popper, a holographic sticker sheet with a game show host face on it, looking very cheesy, a collapsible selfie wand, a packet of rainbow-coloured face paint sticks, and a note that says, "Use these during emotional moments." Who was next?
Takemaru.
Okay. So yours feels like it was assembled by a bored intern with access to the prop cupboard. You've got a rubber chicken that squeaks loudly, a deck of oversized playing cards, a plastic crown missing 2 of its jewels, a fake moustache, and a small smoke pellet that produces a harmful puff of lavender mist. And in it there's a tag that says, "For dramatic flair."
The hell is this? Why do I got plastic shit?
And I think Tallulah was next. She?
Yep, I was lost. But technically, he picked it. Riley picked it up before me, but whatever.
Okay. Well, you can get the last one. So Riley picks up a bag that has a length of neon orange rope, about 3 meters, a compact mirror, a roll of duct tape, a metal whistle, and a small pocket-sized multi-tool, but it's missing the screwdriver attachment. And it's got a label that says, "Make do." And then the final bag has a single oven mitt, a novelty apron reading "Kiss the contestant," a plastic ladle, a tiny sachet of instant soup mix, and a rubber duck wearing sunglasses. And this one has a handwritten note that says, "We thought this would be funny."
I choose to believe that's supposed to go to the death cooking show that's on another channel. And it just got mixed up with our bags. But
So this elevator opens up, and yeah, it kind of basically has an arrow on the floor saying, "Get in." So you're going to walk into the elevator?
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seems the only way out of it.
Okay. So as you go in, the shuttering door clicks shut, and it slowly descends. It's got rusted metal, flickering lights, and there's a smell of oiled oil, and a cracked screen in front of you splutters to life as the wall vibrates, moving down with machinery of the lift, and a hologram flickers into existence. It's a man who you'd recognize from the badge with a sort of cheesy game show in it. Exactly the same person. He's in an immaculate white suit, and his smile is very wide, and he twirls a dagger-shaped microphone between his fingers. And behind him, you can see a studio with an audience. "Congratulations, contestants! Welcome to Wonderland District 13, home of the hunt. Today's special guests: Takemaru, Lorraine, Jasper, and Tallulah."
Big flourished bow.
As he says that, Riley sort of shrinks back a bit behind. "Let's give them a round of applause!" Yeah! And so he's clapping. "Give the audience a reason to love you or a reason to mourn you." And as he says that, a slow motion clips of Tallulah pops up on the screen, doing parkour, spliced with snarling wolf imagery. Shots of her tackling suspects, cut to look like unprovoked attacks, with a voiceover playing at the same time. "A feral prodigy raised in the concrete wilds. A timber wolf who doesn't just hunt criminals, she hunts anyone who runs. Her tribe trained her to leap between rooftops, but never taught her to land safely. She says she protects the city says otherwise." And then it cuts to Takemaru. Oh, sorry, and it said Tallulah, the wolf in the city. This one says Takemaru, the street devil. And you see a compilation of grainy CCTV footage of bar fights, and you're always shown throwing the first punch, it's mixed in with clips of you training, color graded to look sinister, and the voiceover's like, "Oh, we lost him."
Yeah,
His
there's
power
no
went out.
A
notes in
man,
the.
a man who never met a bottle he didn't empty or a joy he didn't break. From illegal fight pits to the national stage, Takemaru brings his favorite hobby, hurting people. He calls it survival, we call it brutality. He says he's changed. The street says he hasn't.
I don't know that's true. What the hell?
And then it cuts to Jasper, the man who speaks to stone, and you see shots of Jasper calmly explaining geological processes, and then it's cut to sound like threats, and there's footage of collapsing structures labeled instance linked to Jasper, and the voiceover, a genius with a god complex. He doesn't just study the earth, he commands it. Every landslide has a culprit, and sometimes it's him. He says it's science, we say it's sorcery.
I have you know I built the God complex.
And then
I give him that one for free. Anyway.
And then it cuts to Lorraine. Lorraine Hawthorne, the Unbreakable. And we see clips of her training alone at night, made to look unhinged, with slow motion shots of her staff strikes, cut to sound like bones breaking. Accompanied by the voiceover, she doesn't stop, she doesn't rest, she doesn't listen. A woman who fights until the world breaks, all she does. Her sensei taught her discipline. She turned it into obsession. She says it's honor. We say it's fixation. And then there's a final. And then it says, Riley Cloverfield, the White Rabbit. He doesn't win the lottery. He rigged it. They show Riley taking a large amount of money in receipt of a crumpled letter. Every hunt needs bait. Riley volunteered. But the White Rabbit always leads you somewhere dark. And it's got image of Riley crying to look like he's sort of being manipulative. Footage of him hiding is framed as stalking. He says he's scared. We say he's dangerous. And then he kind of like, no, that's not what happened. They're lying. They're lying.
Oh, fucking TV, man.
And then
Never trust reporters.
And then the elevator slowly grinds to a stop, and the doors open onto a neon forest. There's giant mushrooms glowing like street light lamps, and above, a colossal countdown burns across the sky. 2400 hours. The hunt begins now. Do we know what's happened to Tim?
Put it in the chat. His power's gone out and he's not sure when it's coming back. He said go on without him till his power's restored.
Okay. So we'll just like bring him up to speed when he manages to get back.
Yep.
Okay, so as you step out of the lift, you see a circular arena unfolding before you. There's 12 glowing pedestals, each displaying 2 items. One solid, one shimmering like a mirage, and a soft synthetic voice purrs. To claim your prize, answer truthfully. And then a burst of confetti static erupts overhead, and the game show host materializes in a swirl of holographic color. Contestants, welcome to the cornucopia of lies. Before you stand 12 gifts from our generous sponsors. 12 treasures, 12 temptations. Each one a shining beacon of hope in this cruel, cruel world. But only one item on each pedestal is real. To claim your prize, you must answer a simple question, a personal question, a question the audience is dying to know. Tell the truth, and the real item becomes yours. There's a huge boom. Lie, and your collar will remind you that honesty is the best policy. This is your first test, contestants, not of strength, not of speed, but of character. Let the questioning begin.
The hell did we sign up so? No, I think I watched a movie like this once. Just go up to the thing, I guess. Once we're ready. Once we're available to.
You're just gonna wander up to the first pedestal you see. Shall I tell you what's on each of them?
Yeah, what's on them?
We can tell from here.
Yeah. So one of them has what appears to be a humble multi-tool and a flaming katana that looks like it belongs in a music video. Another one, a crinkled silver blanket next to a very impressive looking suit of armor. Another one has a dull ration pack sat next to a banquet plate that has like a home cooked meal. A battered compass sits next to a glowing map, which looks quite high tech. A flashlight sits next to a floating orb of pure light. A first aid kit sits next to like a syringe with heals all on paper above it. There's a walkie-talkie next to like a wrist comm. There's climbing gloves next to boots, and there's a pair of binoculars next to a visor, a bracer next to a shield, a coil of rope next to a grappling launcher, and finally a plain blank envelope next to a chest of glittering gold.
I feel like that one's a trap.
They're all traps.
I mean, yes, but that one specifically. Well, who wants to go first?
I missed one of them. Oh, well.
Which one did you miss? Sorry.
I got binocular and visor, and the one after that I missed.
After the visor.
No, there's one between the two.
Yes, so before the visor was climbing gloves and boots.
Yep.
After the visor was a bracer, single bracer, next to a translucent shield.
Yep. Okay.
And after that's a coil of rope and a grappling launcher.
Yep.
Okay.
Takemaru kind of wants that bracer or shield, I guess. Not quite his style, but he'll use it if he has to.
Okay.
You said one of them was armor and something less impressive than armor.
Yeah, so
Blanket suit of armor.
yes, a blanket. So sat next to a very impressive looking suit of armor.
All right, well,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
let's go.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
Nah. Well, if you're not volunteering, Jasper will go first.
Okay.
He will pick the blanket armor toadstool.
Okay. So his question. Have you ever used your knowledge to manipulate someone?
I usually use my emotions to manipulate people. There's a time or two I have pressed an option that I had a personal investment in over what would have strictly been the best in the situation.
Okay. And the thing appears on the screen. True. And it becomes clear to you that on the
Mm-hmm.
pedestal that you're interested in,
Mm-hmm.
that the one that actually exists is the
Mm-hmm.
blanket.
Assumed as much. Jasper will claim his prize and see what kind of blanket he's gotten a hold of.
Yeah. So the blanket is a thermal blanket with reflective lining. So it'll keep you warm. So it's quite useful.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Takemaru will go next.
Okay.
It's going for the bracer one.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got for me?
Do you think violence is the only language you speak fluently?
Thanks for a second. Yeah, probably.
True. And you can see between the bracer and let me see.
Shield.
Where is it? And the shield. The bracer is the thing that exists. And it's basically a reinforced forearm bracer. So, yeah, you can take it.
That will go on his left arm.
Okay.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No, eeny, meeny, miny. One do I want?
Always pick meanie.
Compass, flashlight, or first aid kit?
Okay.
Such a choice. Turn that off.
While you're making your choice, Riley will sort of walk up and he'll walk towards what's he gonna pick? The multi-tool and the katana. And the question they ask him is, do you trust the people standing beside you? No.
Hmm.
True. And
Sorry, what was his answer?
he said he didn't trust you. Um,
Not to
And-
trust any type.
and the real thing that he managed to take is the survival multi-tool. So it's got like
Mhm,
pliers, knife, file, bottle opener.
mhm.
I'm sorry, I don't know you. I don't know you. I want
No.
to trust you.
It's okay, friend. Feelings mutual.
Trust has to be earned or given.
Yes, we're good.
We'll take the first aid kit.
Okay. Have you ever hunted someone who didn't deserve it?
Hmm. Not to my knowledge.
True. And you can see the first aid kit is the real item. It's a very basic first aid kit. It's basically like bandages, antiseptic wipes. It doesn't even have scissors, tape.
Oh no.
Yeah, bandages and wipes. That'll do.
Okay. So as you're doing this, other people around the arena are making choices. Some of them actually lied and their head got blown off in front of you.
What is we're in a splash zone?
You also see a tall figure step in from outside of the arena. He's wearing a mask shaped like a broken heart.
Hmm.
And he's watching you.
That guy.
Looking around,
Kinda
how many
weird.
other contestants are there? Or how many are there now that some haven't survived this first round?
Well, of this particular round, there were 12 people. But you get the sense that this might just be like another wave of contestants coming through. So,
Mhm.
contestants, congratulations. Please carry on to the next arena, the next challenge. And you can see like it's got arrows pointing forwards. So beyond the arena, there's an obvious route to go.
Oh,
And sorry, go on.
no, it's just let's get moving. I'm gonna pick up the guy.
So as you move forwards, you can see a platoon of humanoid drones marching forwards, each shaped like a playing card with glowing red eyes. And the announcer shouts out, Level 1, my darlings, a classic, a favourite, a ratings powerhouse. And the card soldiers raise their weapons in perfect unison. Let's see how well you dance when the deck is stacked against you. Shuffle, contestants! Shuffle for your lives! And these drones start basically lurching towards everyone.
What kind of weapons are they armed with?
They have guns.
Oh,
They do have guns.
Yeah.
And how many are there?
There's a lot. It's like 20 or 30, like lined up.
So not a full deck.
Lined up.
Hmm?
Oh, no one here is playing with a full deck. No.
I know.
Let's say it's a full deck of cards. 52. Is it 52?
Wow.
Fuck. Yeah.
Thanks,
No
Guy.
joke.
Thanks for like
You had to say
reminding
something,
me.
Guy. Didn't
So what are you doing?
Takemaru's getting his bat out. Okay.
I believe panicking is probably what I'm doing.
I should say that they're rushing towards you, but beyond the arena, it's like sort of an abandoned cityscape. So there are buildings you can duck into, like scale.
Gotcha.
It's like a concrete metropolitan sort of jungle type environment.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that changes things a bit. Okay.
Do they all have guns?
I'd say one suit has guns, another one have bats, another group suit has bows, and the other one have let's say swords.
Okay, so not all guns. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
You see some of the other contestants who came through before you, like running into the nearest building. Well, what are we gonna do?
All right. Jasper's going to try out a brand new perk he just put on his character. I have on Geomorph now reshaping the city. Geomorph works through manufactured substances that were once stone. Is the floor made of concrete, asphalt, metal, or something similar?
Asphalt. Yep.
Perfect. Then Jasper sort of kneels down. You see these earth shapers dig into the asphalt, and he throws his hands up, putting up an asphalt wall between us and the cards. And as he's doing this, he's motioning to the rest of his group that way now, pointing towards whatever opening is to our right.
Yep. And there's like a high-rise building to your right that you can easily duck into to get some cover.
But Tallulah would be first in there because she just moves that fast. Checking out whatever else is in the room because it might not be the best place to be.
I mean, it's a rundown building, but it doesn't seem like there's no immediate danger in the building itself.
Takemaru will rush in after them. Still carrying the guy on his shoulder.
Carrying what? Sorry.
The guy that we're protecting.
You're carrying him.
Yeah, I picked him up, put him on my shoulder.
Oh, okay.
We're going on the assumption we can run faster than him. I think.
I mean,
So we may run rather than freeze.
Yeah, he's like maybe in his mid to late 20s, so he's not completely incapable. But
He has not given any indication of that. So,
One sec. Dog is being picked up.
okay.
Alrighty.
Shall we take a short pause here? So, do you need a reminder as to where we were, or can everyone remember?
We just got into a building.
And I made a wall of asphalt.
Yeah. As far as I remember, when we stopped, we ran just into the building with the guy.
Yeah, that's right. So what are you doing?
Okay, so there's a lot of those fucking cards out there. Are we taking them down, or are we just running?
Well, to be clear, Jasper is still out there behind his wall.
Oh,
on the assumption that these cards are going to come around one end of it, and Jasper's going to introduce them to his rock ball before running into the building.
Okay. So you can hear loads of, it sounds like warfare in front of you, and you can hear bullets hitting your barrier.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll say that some of them start coming around because did you leave an obvious gap for them to come through?
No, I just assumed they'd be coming around one side of it.
Yeah. Okay. So they come round.
Okay.
Just
to be clear, tamp down with my foot for a brief tremor sense, so that I have a good idea of when they're about to come out. And then, just as they're about to turn that corner, whip around that corner, swinging my rock ball down into the floor, activating its shockwave knockback effect to just, we're going to play 52 pickup. I'm sending cards flying. That's the idea, anyway.
Yep. And I'll say, because it's completely unexpected, it works as you imagine, and the ones in close vicinity are kind of knocked back and do go flying.
And if I have any idea where the camera is, I give it a jaunty wave with my hammer before joining my friends inside the high-rise building.
Yeah. Does your barrier stay up, or does it kind of collapse?
I have a perk on my thing where I can increase its duration to high when I take a little time to put it together, which I did.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's more or less permanent.
Okay. So you go running into the building. You find these two and Riley. So what next? What are you doing?
I believe we will ask you to describe the building we're in a little more detail.
So it's like a typical high rise. It does have a lift, but it's broken. So there's a stairwell that you can go to move up to it, to move up. It's like a load of apartments, but they're like all the doors are closed up. So you're basically in the communal area. You can, you could try going into some of the rooms, or you could try getting to higher ground.
I've been in enough horror movies to know that you never run up when you're being chased. I'm going to suggest we run straight to the back entrance of this place and see if we can find somewhere better.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. Let's go.
So you go running through the building. You get to some like fire doors and push to get through to the other side. It's like a maze of similar buildings. So you haven't got, you're quite exposed when you go through, but you could just keep running and hope that you don't get intercepted.
Doubtful. We will be intercepted at some point.
The question is, what by, really?
And is it worth taking the fight to and who's the enemy anyway? You can't exactly beat up on the cameras.
Yeah, I have no idea if this ends when like the cards get smashed or if there's some other end point or what. So
as you're
question is, this is just test 2, so who knows?
Yeah, we still got a whole 24 hours, so I wouldn't bet on the cards being the first and only enemy they send after us.
So as you're debating, you can see a woman in neon armor acrobatically flipping into view behind you. She's trailing sparks from electrified javelins, and there are a swarm of camera drones orbiting her. And she kind of like hovering very acrobatically on the top of one of the buildings behind you, throws a javelin towards where you are.
Oh, okay. Not even gonna say hello. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to run in, line up underneath her, do a sort of hang time jump up towards her, looking to take her out with a tonfa, because why not? If I can leave high enough to get up to her, an uppercut underneath my tonfa to just vertical knockback.
I believe Takemaru was about to play baseball with a javelin.
Yes. My baseball, getting a mid boost to strength when used to knock projectiles off course. So I'm just rearing back and smacking that shit back at her.
Okay. So this javelin goes flying towards you. Takemaru hits it and it gets knocked flying back. But at the same time, Tallulah goes running up and tries to tackle this woman. How are you scaling up to get where she is? Because she's like on top of one of these buildings.
So how
He's
high?
using hang time, the free runner ability to leap straight up into the air.
But how high can it go?
My sneakers allow substantially improved jumpers users jump height, and then hang time, an enormously empowered jump, tens of times greater than a normal human's, that draws the eyes of onlookers and protects the user from enemy attacks.
Okay. So this woman, looking absolutely horrified, is amazed that you've managed to jump as high as you have. And she, I mean, you're fast as well, so she hasn't even got time to properly react. So I'll say you managed to kick her quite.
I'm looking to come up with my tonfa, which, as the tonfa describes, sort of pair of short baton weapons with perpendicular handles, exceptionally good at parrying. Uppercut style strikes carry substantial vertical knockback.
Okay.
So I'm looking to like catch her under the chin and hopefully take her out of the fight.
I mean, she has got a swarm of drones buzzing around her as well.
Okay, well, I may have to fight through some of them on the way up.
Yeah. I'll say you do, because it's so unexpected, you do actually manage to hit her in the chin and she's sent flying back. But as she somersaults back, the drones kind of move in to support her. So she's not kind of incapacitated completely. How much might or strength do you have in your hit?
1 might.
Okay. Okay. So I'll say the drones support her, but because of the surprise and the force of you knocking her head back, you do actually knock her unconscious.
Then I'll land on the top where she was and bow to the crowd as I turn around.
Okay. And as you're doing that, a javelin goes flying over your head.
Oh, she's got
Yeah.
friends.
It's either that or the javelin she threw has got knocked up.
I must say, I did aim it right back at where she was. Sorry about that.
I go to my earpiece. Tallulah, do you see a safe path from up there?
I'll look around, see what I can see.
So, have you stayed high up where she was? So you've got like a vantage point.
I'm thinking I probably landed on the roof where she had been.
Okay.
That's what giving my bows. And so, of course, I'm bowing just as the javelin goes past.
Okay. So you, from your vantage point, can see that the buildings are on like a grid-like pattern. And you can see these cards were sort of moving amongst these buildings. So they would come sort of to where you are currently. But if you kind of get them to scale up a bit and then go onto one of the roof of the building next to it, the one they're on, they should be able to, because they're lower than the high rise, they should be able to evade them or at least have height to attack from above.
Okay, describe that quickly. You can get, up here. There's a higher roof, higher low level roofs. We can keep up the cards for a little while.
All right. I will follow Tallulah's directions and herd Riley towards that space.
Yeah.
So you manage to follow this route as Tallulah's dictated to you. You can hear cards marching along the ground underneath, entering into buildings. You can hear screams and shootouts. Yeah. What are you gonna do from your vantage point?
Well, are first the obvious question: are any cards approaching the building? What am I seeing in terms of targets?
Yeah. So I'll say some of the cards, not the ones with guns, but the suit with swords, are swarming around the building that you're currently in, and they've almost been like breaking off, doing a cursory search of a building as they move along, and they've got as far as yours.
Okay.
Is there anything on the like the roof here that I can just like push down onto them? Like a big
Maybe
AC
not.
unit or anything?
Yeah, maybe not on the roof, but you could get stuff from potentially from the building, from the floor just below, if you broke into it.
Well, if we're in a rush to get out of here, I don't want to like go back in and grab shit. So I'll stay here.
Okay.
All right. So are we going to the next roof or?
What kind of thing were you anticipating there might be on the roof?
Just like the rooftop AC unit.
Okay, yeah, we'll
Like,
say there's some ACU units on the roof that you could use and throw if you wanted to.
hell yeah. Then yeah, I am going to just start bashing on one to knock it off the side of the building
Okay.
onto the cards.
Okay, so you managed to get a few well-timed drops and take out some of these cards as they're sort of milling around underneath. The ones that are left are now very aware that you're there, so you see them kind of like making to make their way up this building.
Maybe that wasn't the best idea. We should get going.
Tallulah, have you
Well,
caught up with them where they are, or were you hanging back?
I'm currently standing up there watching them, watching other things. I'll
Okay.
join them in a moment, but right now. But one of the things I'm liable to shout down, hey, Takemaru, with moves like that, you could form a rock band.
I don't understand that reference.
You didn't hear. You wouldn't have heard that, would you? It would have been Jasper who heard that.
well, in my earpiece, yeah, I think
Yeah.
Tallulah was just yelling. I don't know how far
Oh,
the
just
voice
general-
carries.
Mm.
I'd say you were probably too far for it to carry from where.
The cameras will pick it up and
Yeah.
Right. It's for the fans. There we go.
I'm gonna say while you're thinking about what you're gonna do, you see like a cutscene showing Takemaru yanking out the air conditioner and be like,
Mhm.
blatant destruction of private property. Typical.
Let's just get to the next roof.
Oh, if they like destruction of private property, they're gonna love this next bit.
Oh no.
Eddie. So anyway. Okay, so do we Riley here doesn't seem like the rooftop leaping type, and quite frankly, I'm not either. So
I mean,
to the next roof, what is your plan on that one? So
I could throw you.
I mean, Riley has his rope as well in his bag. Got 3 meters.
oh well, if it's only 3 meters, that's not bad.
enough to hang yourself if you want to give in.
Yeah. I could also try to use my bike, but how far is it to the next roof again?
I'd say you could jump between buildings because it's maybe a couple of meters gap. It's like a back alley. So
Okay, yeah. I can definitely just throw you guys.
Well, if it's that small, then one bite should get me over there with a jump, I would imagine. So
Yeah, I don't think so.
okay.
So, assuming that to be the case, I will jump over. You can throw Riley to me, and then you can jump over yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Just gonna like grab him by the collars.
Ah!
3 might throw.
Goes flying over your head.
Yeah, I'm like going back. I got you. Like baseball player.
Go on.
Finally
Go
get it.
long. Go long.
And then I'll jump across.
Okay. So you can see as you're having this debate, there's like a kill count. So you can see the survivor numbers dwindling, but you've also got a deck of cards kill count, and you can see that number going down as well. Yeah, as you move to the next rooftop, some cards come bursting through the door at the top of that roof as well. So you find that you're actually confronted by 3 or 4 cards.
Okay, so on the roof we just jumped to, like a door has burst open, revealing a bunch of cards. Is that what you're saying?
No, on the roof that you've jumped to.
Came from.
Yes,
Okay.
from and to. There's cards bursting
Both of
out
them.
of both. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right then. And 3 and 4 on each roof, or 3 or 4 total?
3 and
All right.
4 on each. Yep.
I nod to Takemaru, point him towards the ones on this roof, while Jasper turns back towards the building they came from.
Mm-hmm.
I am popping my circling stones, causing them to revolve around me, and one of the things I can do is launch them at opponents. Okay. So, if there are 4 on the other roof, I am sending 4 circling stones out to the most vulnerable spot I can see on these drones. Whatever I think is going to snap at high impact. I have 4 skill, which means I can basically bullseye things without much effort at all.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So with your skill, you managed to pinpoint exactly like the control unit for these drones. Mm-hmm. So you take them out and they just cool. They just collapse flat. Takemaru.
I enjoy watching the timer go, the deck timer go down 4.
Yeah. Takemaru.
I also choose to believe that over the broadcast it's like combo kill, something like in the video game. So.
I could say it's like another cut screen image comes up. The genius, godlike movements of Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows the combo kill.
Jasper wants merch rights. Sorry.
Intellectual rights.
There you go. Sorry, I was interrupting Takemaru fighting 4 cards.
Yes, Takemaru is going to just charge them with his bat out. He's got Riley behind him, I'm assuming, because I never picked him back up.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I was the one who caught him, so yeah, I guess he's on the rooftop cowering somewhere.
He's got a crowbar. Don't know where he got it from.
But I was about to say, when did he get one of those?
He's gripping hold of it, sort of like trying to look intimidating, but yeah. He obviously doesn't know how to use it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna rush for the closest one and just, big vertical swing right down through the middle of the card.
Okay. So you slice down the middle of one of the cards, and it drops back either way. You're just gonna keep doing that.
Oh yeah, I'm just no mercy. They are cards. Takemaru doesn't usually kill people, but these are inanimate objects.
Okay. So you make quick work of them, and similarly you see the kill count dropping down. We're gonna go. Let's go back to Tallulah. So you can see these drones that were surrounding the other character, swarming back, and they're heading past you towards your colleagues.
Hi. Well, I shall leap off the roof, deploy my wingsuit, and swoop down behind them kicking them with my feet as I go past. Trying to
Okay.
kick them into the wall or down the street, whatever.
So you're like basically kicking them so that they're knocked off their path and go flying
Yeah.
into the buildings around you.
Ideally, yep.
Okay. Yep. So I'll say you can do that. Are you going to go and meet your companions?
At this point, I think I shall. I'll land at the far end of the roof that Jasper's on.
Okay. So as
Pull
you
the,
land,
pull the wingsuit in again as I land, hoping not to need it immediately.
okay. So as you land with the others, the kill count of the cards goes down to 0, and you hear a fanfare going, "Du-du-du-du. Congratulations, survivors. Please make your way to the next round."
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Much time has elapsed.
How much time? I'd
Yeah, we're
say
on a 24-hour clock. How much time?
I'd say it's been about 5 hours.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we were able to hide out in those buildings for a while
Mhm.
before the attack happened.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, it felt like 5 minutes, which I was hoping it wasn't. You know. No.
24-hour
And-
Enclave route game.
And I'm and I'm assuming there are like arrows in the sky letting us know where the next spot is or
So
something.
the next bit, yeah, there's like an arrow pointing. So there's an obvious place to go.
Mhm.
And you, assuming you make your way down the building you're in, heading towards this bit,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
find yourselves
Mhm.
entering an area that's set up like a grid. So it's a giant grid floor with squares, 20 by 20,
Mhm.
all of them glowing slightly, stretched in front of you.
Interesting.
And the announcer talks again.
Mhm.
Welcome to the Grid of Shrinking Mercy, a game of timing, talent, and the occasional tragic misstep. Every 30 seconds, the floor will decide who deserves to stay standing, solve the puzzle, impress the audience, or fall screaming into the abyss. No pressure.
Mhm.
So what's the puzzle as far as we can see?
Well, you can't really. All you can see is like it's just a 20 by 20 glowing grid. I guess you can see the lights sort of seem to follow a pattern, and then it kind of like goes.
Is it just us or other contestants?
All of the surviving contestants are taken on the grid.
Which is approximately how many people?
I'd say there are now 8 of you.
Okay.
Jesus.
Is that 8 contestants or 3 other people between our team?
3 other people.
No, we're the majority already. Let's go.
Wow. I was going to say, I wasn't expecting this to be the quarterfinals. All right.
You guys die quick, I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not like they got on. Yeah. All righty then.
Please take your places upon the grid.
Yeah, I was waiting for the part where we were forced onto it, right? So,
Right. Well,
Now, is there actually a designated spot, or are they just saying get on the grid somewhere?
They're basically saying to pick a grid to stand on.
Okay.
So you could go along the sort of like 20 by 20. You could go any of the 20 ahead of you.
Are they specifically wanting us to go on to like the first row?
Yeah.
Or just anywhere on the
row.
grid is fine. Somewhere on the first row.
First row, yeah.
Takemaru will step on.
Find a place.
Then, this is the grid squares themselves are just large enough for one person, I presume?
Yes.
Okay.
I like the numbers, so Tallulah like the number. Land on square 15.
Okay.
I will take lucky 13. I suggest we plunk Riley on either 14 or 12, depending on who wants to play Minder.
I'll take 14.
Okay. So then we're putting Riley on 12, and I'm his Minder. Before the round begins, I ask him for that rope, and I tie us together.
Okay.
If the trick of this is one of us falling through the floor, this gives us a chance one can catch the other. Translation, I might be able to save him. If I fall, we're both doomed. That's what I assume will happen. So.
Okay. So you take your places on the grid. The other 3 contestants pick squares. Interestingly, none of the squares that were lit up were stood on. Okay. And it's lucky because with everyone taking their place on the grid, those that had briefly flashed has been lit up, fall out, and that gap is left in the grid. And you can hear the announcer going, audience choice, take your vote. And you see
live voting.
You see like another square suddenly just disappear, and it wasn't one of the ones lit up.
So the audience just basically went, fuck that square in particular.
Yeah.
And it went away.
Yeah.
Basically. All right. Nice of them to pick one we weren't standing on.
Move on to the next platform. And again, you'll see a brief flash.
All right. So, since Jasper was watching for this time, well, now it's really the choice. Is it always going to be that, or are they trying to trick us? We don't know.
Takemaru is going to stand on one of the ones next to the one that flashed.
Okay.
Are there 2 squares that didn't flash next to each other? Because I've tied myself to Riley. So.
Yes.
Okay. We will take position on those squares.
Do you
stand at so where Takemaru is next to a flashing square? If the next one over didn't flash, you stand there.
Okay. So you make your choices. The 3 other contestants move forwards. And again, those that had flashed, which no one stood on, fall out.
All right.
Audiences, again, make your choices. One of the people.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. They were not entertaining, apparently.
He's dead, Jim. Yeah. Well,
And let's say this continues and you get to like around the midway point,
Mhm.
and by this point there are as many squares as you could, like the number of
Mhm.
lights that light up each time. So it's
Yeah.
50-50.
Mhm. All right.
the safe ones are getting short or are dwindling.
Yeah.
So, and just an intelligence check. Is there any pattern to which lights are lighting up, or does it just seem to be random across the board as to safe, not safe?
How high is your intelligence? It's quite
2.
high. 2. Yeah. So you, having made it halfway across,
Mhm.
can actually perceive a pattern to how
Mhm.
it's changed. So you could from that predict or extrapolate
Mhm.
like a few moves ahead.
All right. So,
That's assuming
mhm.
that it
Right.
stays with the same.
Mhm. So, well, I will continue going on that assumption until I receive data that contradicts it, possibly in the form of falling to my death. So,
Tallulah would
um,
have noticed one thing. When the squares drop out, is it flush up against the next square, or is there actually a beam as such between the two?
So I don't understand your question.
Say you've got two squares next to each other, one drops away.
Hmm.
Was that flush against the next panel, or is there a sort of grid of supporting them along across the way?
Yeah, I guess when you
Between.
stood close enough to see a panel drop, it's like whatever was supporting it gets pulled back to release it to drop. So there's some sort of mechanism that's pulling back.
I haven't brought this on. Worth being aware. Maybe we can be aware of it. But yeah, when Tallulah lands on the square now, she'll be ready to spring just in case.
Okay. Was Takemaru going to ask something?
Nope, I'm good. He's on a one that didn't flash next to one that did.
Okay.
yep. And I will communicate my theory to my friends if they want to take advantage of it, as to which I think are the safe squares.
Okay. And just to make things interesting, we're going to ask you to take 2 steps forwards.
Okie dokie.
Sure.
I hope my algorithm's correct. I go to what should be safe in 2 rounds of this changing.
So I'm going to say, I don't want to drag this out, so I'm going to say that
Mm-hmm.
your reasoning allows you to successfully get across.
Yeah.
Only one other contestant manages to make it across with you, in addition to Riley.
I give that poor bastard a thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah, give him a round of applause. He works it all out on his own.
Or
So-
he's just really lucky.
So you find yourselves ushered towards another arena. The lights dim to a violet color. Ah, teamwork, cooperation, unity. How boring. And a giant, like, puzzle lock rotates with grinding metal. So we've added a twist. Only one team gets to leave. And every other team, well, they get to provide dramatic tension. And all of you are the white team. But you see from other corners there are 3 other teams. So there's a red team, a blue team, and a green team.
The other chap who survived the last one, is he with us or is he gone
He's in
somewhere
your
else?
team. Yeah.
Our team, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we have a red shirt. Awesome. Okay.
Technically, we have 2.
We have dramatic tension. Okay. So. All right. So how do these other teams look? Ill-equipped and scared like Riley, or have we got ringers over there?
Well, I'd say some of them look fairly competent because, I mean, they did manage to get through all of those trials without Enclave help. So, yeah, they may be a bit more seasoned and street savvy and able to look after themselves.
Hey, Riley, just stay behind me.
Okay. We can do
Don't
this.
try to be a hero.
I won't. So you can see it's basically like a cooperative puzzle building challenge where the teams have to run forwards and put a lock mechanism together to exit the arena. So it's like a race against time and against the other teams.
And
I thought it was gonna be a fight.
Equipment to put it together. Just one pile in the middle, or
Sorry, what did Takemaru ask?
Takemaru kind of like looks down at this point. So I thought this was gonna be a fight.
I suspect it still will be.
I mean, it could be. You don't have
One
to
way to
wait.
keep another team from getting their lock together is to
Yeah.
beat them about. So, okay.
Takemaru and Tallulah go on the offensive whilst our architect builds the lock.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that might not be a bad idea.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Now, when you say blocking mechanism, like how big is this thing? What size pieces am I putting in place? What exactly have we got here?
So it's basically a giant club, but it's like a clockwork club, and you have to put the right pieces in the right place for it to like click and
Okay,
unlock.
I gotcha. Okay, all right.
Gonna be someone's at my door.
All right.
So you hear a klaxon, and all the teams run to their puzzle pieces and start trying to put it together.
All right.
So
Well,
what are you doing?
2 intelligence, 4 skill. I am leaping into this thing. Twisting dials and clicking gears as only a civil engineer can.
Okay. Whilst you're doing that, what is Tallulah doing?
Think jump up, wingsuits extended, fly in towards, so fly around a little to let them make some progress, and then as one's making some progress, fly in and kick the bits of clock out of the puzzle.
Oh damn.
Other people's puzzle.
Yes.
Okay. So you're basically sabotaging your competitors. Okay.
That's the idea.
And Takemaru?
I'll go in with with Tallulah to try to mess with the others.
Okay. So
You know,
these other teams obviously don't want to die. So
true.
with you running in, they're basically going to take the makeshift weapons that they have, and they're going to try and stop you. So yeah, let's say some of them had picked up guns, some of them picked up swords, the things that are dropped by the suits
The
that were
cards.
taken down. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be getting in the middle of as many of them as I can. And I'm going to just scream out at all of them. You want to live? Fight me. And I'm going to activate you want to hit this outside. So they're all focused on me.
Okay. Yeah. So as you do that, people from every team that are drawn in, I mean, it's like an area of effect sort of thing, isn't it? It draws everyone to you. Is that right?
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I can do multiple people on it. Da-da. The target or targets are compelled. Okay, so yeah, it can be multiple people, and I'm just yelling at everybody.
Okay. So those who are like the combatants of each team who are closest to you, so maybe not the furthest team, start running towards you with your proclamation. So you've got, let's say, at least 5 people, fairly well armed, heading towards you.
Perfect.
Tallulah. Oh no, go on. Let's finish here.
No. I was thinking. You go ahead.
Yeah. So Tallulah, what are you doing as Takemaru shuts out and gets people running towards him?
The other sort of builders of the other teams,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure quite how close together they are, but I've kicked one unit down, so go to one of the other ones, and the construction people. Ideally, one was sort of 2 or 3 construction people working together. Run up to them, touch, tag, you're it, follow me.
Oh, Lordy.
So are you doing that with just one group, or?
Well, I suspect I can only really set it off with one group, but
Yeah.
I can lead through the next group.
Okay. So the group on the segment next, like closest, that you've just tried to disrupt,
Yep.
you do tag, and they feel compelled to chase you.
And I'll take the lead through the builders of the next team, so they will intersect with each other as they go through.
You're basically steamrolling through with those that are chasing you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm imagining Tallulah slaloming through while the
Yeah.
rest is clasped into each other.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd say you'd cause quite a lot of disruption to the the teams closest to you. So the 2 teams, sorry, closest to you. The one furthest away that weren't disrupted by Takemaru as much, maybe less so at this moment in time. So it's still head for head, one team pretty much competing with Jasper. So let's go to the standoff, or the take it outside. So you've got 5 very desperate people running towards you. 2 of them have guns, 2 of them have bats, and 1 of them has a sword.
Okay. All right, now I'm going to focus on people with the guns
Mhm.
because I'm assuming they're gonna shoot me before the other ones reach me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A reminder, though, that take it outside specifies non-lethal.
Yes, they are compelled to use non-lethal force.
Okay. So
They can just shoot you where it
so
won't
they're
kill
going to
you.
try and shoot you in
Yeah.
the legs.
Yep. But since I am aware of this effect, I'm assuming that's where they would shoot. I'm going to block low with my bat to deflect the rounds.
Okay.
I will attempt to ricochet the round back into their leg.
Okay. To their leg or their hands holding
so-
the gun?
Either their hand or one of the other guy's hands. Doesn't matter.
Okay. How skillful are you? How much
Base.
Okay. I'm going to say you managed to ricochet them away, but you don't manage to like ricochet
Yeah.
it back into their legs or hands. But they're very wary of you.
Come on, you can do better than that. I'm gonna rear back and just smack one of the guys with the bat. One of the guys that has a bat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you take out the guy closest to you, bashing him with the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other 2, one with a bat, one with a sword, start trying to beat you with it. But obviously non-lethally.
Yeah.
Back to the blade.
I'm just gonna with my I'm gonna block the sword with the bracer
Mhm.
and attempt to disarm him, just like fling it out of his hand as hard as possible.
Okay. So I'm going to say because you've got a lot of strength,
3 might, yeah.
yeah, like when his bat impacts with yours, it's like dung, and you easily manage from the shock to disarm him. Same with the person with the sword. So yeah, you've got 3 of them disarmed. Well, 1 incapacitated, 2 disarmed, and maybe trying to resort to using their fists, and the gunners still kind of trying to aim for your legs.
As long as I focus on me right now and not my team,
Yeah.
Takemaru's happy.
Okay.
He'll just keep him occupied.
I'd say with you doing that, with Tallulah keeping 2 other teams occupied, let's go to Jasper and your puzzle pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So you've managed to construct it with the other teams being delayed.
Right.
It clicks into place, and you manage to successfully solve it for the other teams. And you can see their despair as it hovers up above, and they can see that someone succeeded before them. And yeah, they're saying, a team has been chosen. Congratulations, white team. And all the other teams are taken out by some guns that have been positioned around this arena.
Right.
Oh god, I forgot they were gonna do that. Ugh.
Yeah.
Please proceed to the next challenge.
This place is fucked up.
Yeah, notice that.
And you move on, and you find yourselves heading towards a huge banquet table. stretching along a clearing, and someone's there saying, "Contestants, come, sit, drink, eat. We're all friends here."
No, I don't believe a word of that.
And the commentator says, "Welcome, welcome. Please sit. Enjoy the finest cuisine Wonderland has to offer. Of course, some dishes may be unpredictable, but that's half the fun. Bon appetit. Try not to fall through the furniture."
All right.
Can we start a food fight, do you think?
Food
Since I know this is compulsory, Jasper will have a seat at Bertie Bott's every flavor banquet. And see what we got here.
Okay. So as you take your seats, you can see other contestants that have survived sitting around it. They look terrified, and they're like teapots whistling without heat. There's plates refilling themselves, chairs creaking in anticipation, and you find yourselves with 3 items in front of you: a drink, a savory dish, and a dessert. And they're like, "Take your pick."
Takemaru will go for the dessert.
Okay. So your dessert option is a vanishing cake. So you go to put your fork in it, and it just vanishes through it.
Now that's just mean. The hell?
What are you guys
But-
doing?
But ultimately harmless, it would seem. Jasper just takes a moment to like sniff everything, give it a good look over, just see if any of his senses give him anything about the 3 items in front of him.
Yeah. So you've got high sensory as well, haven't you? And
Well, 1+, so I have some.
you've got some. So you get a sense that, hang on. Yeah, you get a sense that some are harmless, some might cause a weird reaction, and some might trigger a trap. And you can see that everyone's seat is bolted to the ground, and that there is a void underneath where everyone is sitting.
And none of my senses are giving me any hint as to which of these might be danger or a trap or whatever.
Of the 3 things in front of you,
Yes.
let's say your senses are telling you to pick savory.
Well, as that was the one I was actually going to go for as a blind guess, sure, let's go with savory and see what happens.
Okay. So you find a sandwich. The bread is warm on one side, cold on the other. The filling changes flavour with every bite. But apart from that, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just ever
Cool.
changing.
It's just weird.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
Tallulah.
So lean in, quick sniff over each of the items from Century 2. Having seen Jasper do that, he's intelligent. Yep, seems a good idea.
So what are you going for? Drink, savoury, or sweet?
No, just, well, each in turn have a quick sniff of it. Does anything smell a bit odd? Because I can leave that one behind, but my preference is for the drink anyway.
Okay. So you you don't really get anything sinister from the drink. It just smells like tea.
Gee, that's okay. Cheers!
The steam the steam rising from it is in rainbow colours. You drink it and you find yourself uncontrollably giggling for 10-20 seconds.
That's fair. She'll carry on for the rest of the minute.
Riley,
okay.
Riley decides to pick a quiche. It looks completely normal, but as soon as he lifts it, a pressure plate seems to be triggered, and a trap beneath his seat means that the floor starts to shift out from under him.
All right.
Who's next? Try.
Now, I never stated that I undid it, so I'll ask you if it's still like that. He was tied together to me since the grid room, and I never said I untied the rope.
Yeah. I'm going to
So
say...
is he still tied to me or not?
Yeah. I'm going to say he is still tied to you. So you can just let it do what it's going to do, or...
Yeah, the moment I see him start to fall, I am bracing my arms under the chair to grip to secure myself in place as an anchor to try and keep him from falling all the way.
Okay.
I'll go over and try to yank him up.
Yeah, so you can hear this mechanical hum beneath the floor, and yeah, as you brace him, you hear the chair sort of moving to go, because you're attached to him, he doesn't go with it.
I assume
Continues to giggle.
You do see from where the chair has gone that the drop is not too deep. It's only 10-15 feet.
enough
Enough.
to be painful.
It also appears to be padded. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I'm just saying, far enough if you land badly. But the padding helps.
True. Yeah, I'll pull him up though, so he's no longer falling.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, thank you.
Thank the rope, the only useful thing you got in your bag.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the bag. And I'll pull out the rubber chicken.
I was gonna say. Oh yeah, hold on. Who had it for the emotional moments? Head off the confetti cannon. You know.
I think that's Tallulah, is it? Did you have the...
Lorraine had the...
Oh, the rain.
Well, never mind then.
I'll just squeak the rubber chicken a lot.
And just looking down at the rope. Thank you, Professional Rope Making Corporation, for this fine product. Anyway.
So, a few of the other contestants didn't pick the right choice, and they fall through the floor. But they don't get killed by it. You can see drones going to kind of get them going.
Right.
But
They will be killed by something else later. Or something. I don't know.
contestants, please choose another option, and you can see the 3 options in front of you have changed again.
Oh, fun.
Dessert again. You stole the cake from me. I want my dessert.
Okay, you're having cake, yeah?
Whatever the dessert option this time is, yeah.
Okay. So you... Yeah. So you get a macaroon. As you pick it up, how are you feeling? What's your general emotional state at the moment?
Takemaru is kind of like, I'm pretty sure he's just annoyed at the lack of cake.
Okay.
He's like, you made a fake cake and you gave it to him, and he's can't do this shit.
Okay. So you can eat it, but as you pick it up, it changes color in relation to your mood. So, say you're frustrated, so maybe it kind of goes, I don't know, a frustrated
Orangish,
color.
red.
Yeah, orangey red. And it tastes like a blood orange sort of feeling.
You know, that's pretty fucking good. I love that. I love the flavor.
Jasper.
Well, like before, analyze the items with all my senses and go for what it's leaning me towards as the safe option.
Okay. So you go for you went for a drink before, is that right?
No, savory was mine
Savory.
last time.
So you go for a drink this time.
Alrighty.
It is an upside down latte. The foam floats
That's a
at the
neat
bottom.
trick. Okay.
And yeah, as you drink it, gravity feels soft for 5-10 seconds. So you feel yourself floating a little bit.
All right.
And Tallulah?
Starbucks would love this.
Yeah.
Well, we were told to take another choice, so I can't take the drink. This is her logic for only baseline intelligence. Can't take the drink because that would be the same. And pushes the dessert aside. I've got to watch my waistline, so that's not that one. Has to be the savoury dish.
Okay. So you go for the sushi roll.
Okay.
As you kind of go towards it, the fish blinks occasionally. And as your fork or your chopsticks go to pick it up, it's just a hologram. There's nothing there.
Oh. Well, saves me waistline.
Like Plankton's food from SpongeBob, just holographic meatloaf.
With that, another load of people drop through the floor. And
yeah, before Riley picks anything, I'm just clutching my chair. All right, I'm ready. Pick something.
Riley goes for... What did he go for before?
I think you said savory, but I don't remember.
Okay, he'll go for a drink this time. And he'll go for the Cheshire Chai. It's a tea that, as he's drinking it, seems to be smiling back at him. And he turns to you, and you can see his teeth are glowing neon coloured. But apart from that, no other harm. Okay.
This place is really weird.
You noticed.
Okay, contestants. Well, thank you for this brief interlude. We're now going to get the audience to vote on the most dramatic fall. And you can see like the screens going, all of the different contestants that basically fallen through the trapdoors. You get these different kind of like panic views of people falling. And audience members, please vote now. Okay.
In my head canon, at least one of them is the Wilhelm scream as they're going down.
So, I'd like you all to now move to the next stage.
I keep wanting him to say the word final, but it keeps being next. Anyway. Okay.
We're now going to the Cheshire Maze. And as you walk through walls of mirrored glass,
How long have we had?
Sorry?
How long on the clock? What's the time on the clock?
Oh, do you want to have a break here?
No. What's the time on the game
In
clock?
the in-game clock.
So I'd say at this point, you're probably at the 15-hour mark.
Okay.
Okay.
So as he says that, you see this maze of mirrors suddenly rise up from the ground and a neon grin appearing overhead projected into the air. Let's play hide and seek, purrs this distorted voice. And then the commentator, the Cheshire Maze, a place where reflections lie, shadows whisper, and contestants lose themselves in more ways than one. Run fast, look twice, trust nothing you see, especially if it looks at you and looks like you. Let the madness begin.
Jasper, I got something to give you. In case you might find use for it, I hand you a smoke bomb.
Cool.
Takemaru, smoke bomb for you as well. That still leaves me 4.
Now,
easy enough.
As this happens, the neon world starts to flicker. Colours start to smear like wet paint, and you can see the countdown at 15 hours stuttering and then suddenly freezing stop. And then everything freezes. Drones drop from the air like puppets with cut strings, and the sky glitches into a wall of rainbow static. A single phrase, the rainbow lives, and then there's silence. And a hidden door opens in a mirrored wall right next to where you are. But on that, I think I'm going to take a break here. So I'm just going to pause for a short interlude.
And
We'll
I can
be
just
back shortly.
that. So, this big thing flashes up, which isn't intended, but the whole studio goes, and we'll just take a short advert break.
Potentially, I think they've got a slightly different reaction, but we'll come to that. So,
Okay.
Let's just take a couple of minutes.
Yep.
See you in a
Back
sec.
in a minute.
back from the break. So just before we broke, everything had frozen and a hidden door had appeared in a mirrored wall besides the party. You see someone hooded from the door kind of saying, "Quick, come here, I'm here."
That guy again.
Well,
Is this the big hooded man from the start?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
well, as traps go, it's a mighty inviting one. Let's go.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Let's go.
I
So
think this is one of the cases that don't split the party.
So as you go in, you step into a narrow service corridor lit by flickering emergency strips. The air smells quite dusty and like it's not circulated that much. And figures emerge from the shadows, all of them masked, hooded, and wrapped in armor that appears to have been scavenged from different places. Their clothes are patched with streaks of bright colour: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. And one of them lowers their hood. "Welcome to the rainbow. We've been waiting for you." And Riley behind you stares at her in shock. She's, you're Mara the Merciless. You were on the show last year, but aren't you supposed to be dead?
Why is he supposed to be dead if he won?
No, they didn't win.
Oh, I thought you said he won the show. No, he was
No,
on the show. Okay.
on the
We're
show.
on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he won the show.
No.
Wasn't sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So, resistance, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Yes.
plan?
Okay. Well, I was, similar to you guys, edited to be a villain on my season, and the audience cheered for my death. I didn't die, and I want revenge. They're doing it to you too, turning you into monsters, and we, the Resistance, are here to help you break the script. And you can see like the people behind her take down their hoods, take their masks off.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a techie guy with a computer. You can see, assume he's the one who's hacked into the signal and caused everything to pause. And then next to him, there's a woman who looks very similar to Riley, and she rushes up to him to hug him tightly. I'm so sorry. I didn't know they'd make you the White Rabbit." She's basically his sister.
Mm.
There's also someone dressed in quite sort of they've got like a tool belt, basically an engineer, and yeah, they're sort of like, they hand you a device and they say, "Press this when the Queen's mech shows up. Trust me, she's not as invincible as she looks." And they basically
Much obliged.
explain to all of you how the hunt is rigged. The audience only sees the producer's image and vision of everything. And Riley, who's with you, was never supposed to survive. And that this movement's been sabotaging the broadcast for months. And that they caused the glitch in the sky. And yeah, they're basically asking for help. And we say, when the tower collapses, the whole district will reboot, and that's your window. We can't overthrow the hunt alone, but together we can make this the last season. Are you with us?
As long as I get to knock some guys around, sure.
Well, I'll still have 3 left. You might like this. Smoke bomb. Okay, only I'll see through it because they're mine, but doesn't matter. You might have a use for it.
Oh, thank you. So
I'm in.
Go on.
Jasper just simply says, I'm in.
Good. We can't pause it for long, and I'm sure they'll react very negatively to the stop of the signal. Follow me, and they take you through a narrow maintenance shaft. And behind you, can see the people dropping back. And Mara, who leads you, says, "We'll be watching you. Make it count." And she takes you up to like the arena where you were before.
Okay.
And as she does, the broadcast snaps back online, but the damage has been done. The audience has seen the glitch, and the producers are panicking. The announcer screams. You hear the announcer screaming out, "What is that? Who authorized that rainbow effect?" And the screen overhead glitches. We're losing the feed. The drones are blind. The Queen mech isn't ready. Oh, fuck it. We'll do it live. And the entire Wonderland zone shudders. Colors invert. Gravity flickers. Deploy everything. And the audience goes wild. And you find that this maze that you had before you just disappears, and neon skyscrapers erupt up from the ground. Asphalt pours like liquid, forming roads beneath your feet, and you can hear sirens railing, and you hear the sound of and yeah. Fine. You wanted chaos? You wanted spectacle? Welcome to the streets of rage. Run, contestants. Fight, climb, crash. Give the audience the chase scene of the century. So you've basically got an open road and a load of high rises, so you can either scale the rooftops, or you can just run in the open road.
Takemaru is going to find his conveniently placed motorcycle and just pull Riley onto it. Okay, get on.
Are there lampposts and balconies and such along the way down this street?
Yep. It's almost like a parkour paradise. There's everything imaginable you could jump around and on.
Nice. Helmet for you, helmet for me. Who's got that button, by the way?
I have the button for the Queen mech.
Okay.
Okay.
And I wish I knew if that's particularly what we were running from, because if it is, I'm not running.
No, so
but if it isn't, we have a problem. Yeah.
It isn't. You can see a load of people heavily armed on the rooftops running along them. And you can see on the roads there's a load of people on bikes, motorbikes, some of them with pinions, again with heavy artillery, heavy guns, basically heading towards where you are. I don't know what Jasper's going to
then.
do. What does Jasper want to do?
Jasper wants to go home, but what he's going to do, Jasper will start running like the others. But as he goes, he is going to tighten up every muscle in his body and activate stone skin.
Okay.
So my skin and most of me is now basically solid rock, rendering me nigh invulnerable to most damage, but also completely blind. Fortunately, my clodding feet on the ground is enough to activate tremor sense. So I'm going to be using that to guide me as I run.
Okay.
And sure, let them fire heavy artillery at me. I hopefully can withstand it.
Okay. So you set off Stone Skin running along using Tremor Sense to get like a vision of what's happening around you.
Exactly.
Takemaru, you've jumped onto your bike. You've got Riley behind you. Are you burning rubber?
Oh yeah.
And Tallulah, you've basically used the sort of setting around you to jump onto the rooftops. Is that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Climb up to the rooftops. See what's there. They need to be discombobulated, frankly.
Okay. So alongside you are the other contestants who are basically running for their lives along this road. I think we'll start with Takemaru and Riley. So you hear these motorbikes revving and sort of careening along this road, and they almost ignore Jasper as like a moving statue, and start heading towards this other motorbike that has miraculously appeared out of nowhere, and yeah, start kind of trying to catch up to you.
Okay. I mean, mounted combat's not exactly my thing, but I do have a bat still, and they do have tires that are very smackable.
Okay.
So the soon as one comes up alongside me, I'm just gonna ram the tip of the bat into the actual wheel well part.
Okay. Yeah. So let's say you do that, it kind of throws them off. The chasers on these bikes are wearing sort of neon lycra outfits, ridiculous outfits.
It's
like
trolling.
like gladiators. They've got like different themes and yeah. But you knock into the bike, it wobbles and is knocked over. You can hear them in their lycra like dragging along the ground. Are you gonna keep going? Are you gonna sort of try and take them out as they come up to you? You're gonna try and
what is behind them? Like is there's no mech yet, right?
the Mac's not around yet, no.
Okay. Then I'm going to Akira slide, turn around, and just start driving at them to knock them off their bikes as I get up to them.
Okay. Let's go to Tallulah. So
Okay.
as you scale the rooftops, you find people who could almost be professional parkour enthusiasts athletically jumping and diving along the rooftop behind you, and they're basically trying to catch up to you.
Well, when I get to the top, I'll stop for a moment, fish into my pack. I'll put my apron on back to front.
Or the one
I
that
think
says,
in the TV like that, yeah.
yeah,
Because I see the grinning face or whatever it is on the back rushing away.
okay. And you're just like, is that right? You're just giving them a run for their money, quite literally.
Yes, mostly. When I come to gaps in the buildings, I can sort of jump off, extend my wingsuit, fly to the other side of the street, carry on running along the top roofs on that side, then come back the other way again.
Okay. As you go running along the rooftops, there's billboards that you go past that glitch as you go past, leaving rainbow trails behind you. So it's almost like you've got like a tune sort of like sort of speed line going
Yep,
behind you as you run.
look good.
And then Takemaru, as the motorbikes come towards you, you do manage to knock a few of them back. They are heavily armed, so I guess, are you concerned for the safety of Riley behind you?
Riley, yeah. You know what? If they're heavily armed, like guns and other stuff, I'm just like push Riley's head down behind me, like stay the fuck down, keep out of the way. I got this, and I'm gonna use no guts, no glory.
Okay.
Gaining a high boost to physical damage resistance and reaction speed when defending a target.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna go to so you activate that as they're sort of swerving around you. You manage to dexterously maneuver so that you and Riley are safe. Are you gonna continue heading away from like towards them, or are you gonna move away back?
I'll head towards them a little bit, take out a few, and then turn back around.
Okay. Okay, and then let's go to Jasper. So through your tremor sense, you can hear and get a sense of all of this chaos moving around you. You also, through your tremors ahead of you, can sense a vertical arena rising up before you. And within
So they're
it,
chasing us into the next venue.
yeah, within it, there seems to be an elevated throne. And you can get a tremor sense of something very large moving towards this space.
Okay. So Tallulah's on the rooftop. Afro is still ahead of me, though turning back towards me, and there's a horde behind us. And remind me, is the horde mostly on something wheeled or on foot? A mix of both?
A mix of both, I'd say. Yeah.
Since so far none of them have appeared to actually try to do anything to me, Jasper is just going to take a moment, spin around, dig his hands into that freshly laid asphalt, and with his geomorph, bikes going backward. Basically, like that field, they tell you not to back over or it's going to shred your tires. That and a bit of caltrip action. I'm like, let's just slow down our chasers a little bit.
Yeah.
Before I then turn around and continue sprinting in rock form.
Yeah. So you do that, and with that, a lot of the wheeled vehicles, like the motorbikes, go crashing, and their tires burst. Some of the ones on foot running are actually impaled by these spikes suddenly coming out of the ground. So suffice to say, you have slowed them down considerably. And we'll say that between the three of you, you converge on this this area, so you can see this arena rising up before you. There are there's this throne, and the air vibrating with the hum of something large approaching. And as you get close enough, you can hear the pursuit dropping back, and the voice of the commentator, "Behold, the Queen's Court, the final gauntlet, the last climb before glory or oblivion. Only the bold survive here, only the brilliant triumph, only the unforgettable make it to the top." And with that, you see a Queen of Heart mech descending into the arena. "Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. The Queen of Hearts! Off with their heads!" And this mech lands down into the arena, and with it raises a massive laser guillotine.
Oh,
fun. And just to make sure I'm picturing, I have the button. Give me a second.
do it now.
I'm making sure I know what's in front of me before I act. There was mention of something like a tower collapsing and a getting to the top. Is there something we're supposed to be climbing?
So behind her, there are platforms crumbling. So it is kind of collapsing around behind her.
Okay.
I didn't want to say it sort of because, well, are you still blind?
Well, my tremor sense is also still going
Okay,
off. But
so
actually, when we get in there, though this may be something I'll regret later, I will turn off stone skin.
Okay.
So that I've got my mobility back.
Okay.
All right. Also, I think while in stone skin form, I wouldn't be able to press a button really well. But, crashed it. All right. So I'll turn back. I can't get it out from my jacket when my jacket is turned to stone. That just doesn't work. So anyway, I pull out the device they gave me and press the hopefully easily intuitive big red button. So.
Okay. So as you do that, the mech seems to glitch slightly and sort of stop where it is. So it's kind of like stop from moving.
That's a good start.
I would also say you can see anti-air lasers sweeping the sky. So yeah, anything airborne would be vulnerable to these lasers.
Good thing, well, I say none of us are airborne, but we do have Tallulah.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm still a little unclear. Is the goal defeat the mech, climb to an area? What was the win condition supposed to be here?
I think it's to defeat the mech, and then Yeah, with the defeat of the mech, the resistance would start blowing things
Do
up.
their thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, hoping that this thing stays immobile, Jasper will run up to deliver a smash of his rock maul to this thing's knee in the hopes of making it topple over.
Okay. What are the other two doing?
Well, despite the lasers, I'm sure coming in high anyway.
Okay.
But what I'm going to do as I approach the stadium, because I really want to get on top of this mech, I'm going to use Debrief. First time ever, because I barely understood the use of it. It's a picture conveniently placed terrain feature. Well, the terrain feature I'm going to place is one of those things that are beloved of construction engineers, a skyhook. Around which that I can fire my grapple at, so I can use that to swing around a couple of times and fly up onto land on top of the mech.
Okay. And Takemaru?
Takemaru is going to just drive. He's still driving right at it, and is how big is this mech? Like compared to like, is it like Gundam sized or is it?
Yeah. It's quite big.
Okay. So my bat's probably not really gonna do much. Actually, technically, my bat does more damage if the target's bigger than me. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to full throttle right at the leg and smash its ankle as hard as I can.
Okay. So Tallulah goes flying up, somehow manages to dive between the lasers without getting hit, and manages to get on top of the mech using this grapple hook type. What is it you said?
A skyhook.
A sky hook to.
The idea is basically a hook in the sky, but suspended from nothing.
Okay. So yes, so this miraculous hook appears in the sky, and from it you manage to get on top of the mech. And Takemaru and Jasper, going through for different ankles, manage to take both of them out, destabilizing it, so it topples forwards. What are you going to do next? So it actually falls flat on its face.
Well, I'm thinking that Tallulah got on top of it first, then the legs went out, it's falling forwards, and she sort of last moment leaps, somersault, lands on the ground, so and turns around to help everyone.
Okay. So it's down on its front. You can see there's some sort of circuitry in the base of its neck,
Mhm.
which normally would not be exposed as it is.
Mhm.
What are you
uh,
each doing next?
Oh, this ties in nicely with what Jasper wanted to do in the first place, which is now that it's down, kind of climb up onto its back. I see that nice circuitry things right at the neck, wind up the rock ball off with her head and smash down on the exposed neck joint.
Okay. Takemaru?
Takemaru was actually going to go join Jasper on the back of the neck, and there's already exposed wiring that he's taken care of. But I would like to use my improved grip strength from my fingerless gloves to just start prying open the paneling on the back near there,
Okay.
exposing more weak points.
So are you doing that to assist Jasper, or are you doing that to try and wedge off a
I'll
bit
just
more of it.
assist Jasper.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to say, with the assistance of Takemaru, you ironically slice off her head. And as you do that, great big explosions go firing up into the air. Bits of tower sort of start raining down like falling stars. It's catastrophe. It's like with you dispatching of the mech, a button somewhere's been pushed, and yeah, the whole arena is up in sort of a blaze. As this is happening, the commentator says, "Contestants, you've bled, you've fought, you've entertained," and the countdown is almost getting to 0. "But only one of you may leave alive. Audience, cast your votes." But as he says that, a rainbow resistance thing goes up on the screen. 0000000, like timer finished. Thank you for playing. And yeah, with that, you feel your badges start to ping out.
Tallulah, in any case, because they've been dealing with the mech, having come down, Lula's going to look for Riley to make sure he's okay.
Riley, feeling empowered by watching all of you doing what you're doing, was actually hitting the side of the mech with his crowbar.
I'll join in next to him with my tonfas.
Yeah.
Try his banging. Try to use that to make a sort of musical note in my thing too, just to add a bit more charm to it all.
And part of me is like, yes, I am free to leave now. Part of me is like, oh no, there's still a TV studio to mess up before I leave.
I mean, you can stay and mess it up if you want.
I was going to say, assuming the resistance has struck, Jasper's not going to ping out until he's joined their number, found a control room, and smashed the hell out of a bunch of circuit boards to make sure this place doesn't come back up.
I'll leave until we've proven the resistance is not futile.
So, if you want, we could play out you joining the resistance to actually descend on the studio, and the audience and commentator.
If you guys want to, I gotta go do some work stuff.
Okay, then let's just say that happens in summary. That's fine by me.
Yeah. Okay. So is everyone?
And after that, I ping out.
Yeah, Takemaru pings out.
Just make sure the right gets safely at least back to his sister, and then I can leave.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was a mission success.
Excellent.
So let's go through. Did you pick up where all of the focus words features in the story?
I think rainbow kind of obvious.
Yeah. As is Do It Live. Where exactly did Falling Star come in?
So Falling Star was supposed to be like the climatic cataclysm of everything sort of basically being destroyed and bits raining down.
Cool.
Yeah, and also so symbolically, it's kind of like the death of an old system, so like the end of the whole the hunt as a
Sounds
program.
good.
And then Streets of Rage supposed to be the chase scene. So
Yeah.
but we kind of moved from that quickly into the mech confrontation.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any
But,
question? Did you enjoy it, or how was it?
yes.
Yeah.
No, I felt like I was being. I mean, I know it was like based on like Running Man and things like that. But part of me is like, I think a Batman villain just captured me and put me in something. You know, like you know, like this is something the Mad Hatter and the Riddler together would have put together and done TV. You know, so very surreal that way.
Yeah.
No, Johnny Depp didn't play both of them, but
Any questions about anything, or did it make sense in a surreal way?
I was gonna say yes. In as much as anything based on Lewis Carroll makes sense, yes, it did. Yeah.
Cool.
That was fine.
Okay.
works well enough.
Well, in that case, shall we do some goodbyes and wrap up?
We need a name.
Oh yes. Any suggestions?
I mean, the most obvious one throughout the whole thing is, as you've said, Streets of Rage, but there may be a better name.
Well, I want to work Wonderland into the title. Actually, again, my love for alliteration. Wonderland Warzone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
That works.
We appear to have consensus. Okay.
Cool. In that case, let's say goodbye, and I'll stop the recording. So, thank you everyone for joining us today for this mission. I hope you enjoyed it. I will go round to everyone. So, starting with Rich. Your final messages
Rich
from you.
DiTullio, pleasure as always performing for y'all. Hope you enjoyed it.
And AfroWalrus.
Yep. It was nice playing with you again. It's been a bit. I know the session was delayed, but I'll be back next time probably. So thank you for running.
Quite literally. And Guy.
Thank you for a good game, and Tallulah will return.
Cool. Okay.
The old Bond ending. Love it.